Hello students, today we are going to see this topic selection statement. Okay, so this is a new chapter. So in the last class we have seen what is meant by statement and what is the control statement. Everything we have seen in the last class. uh, so this chapter name is flow of control. Okay, chapter 10, flow of control. In this chapter we are going to see about the if condition, and other looping statements. Okay, so in the previous class we have seen statements. Okay, what is meant by statement? There are two types of statement, which is null statement and compound statement. And here you can see that control statement. Okay, so see, there are sequential type statement and a selection statement and iterative statement. Okay, so these are all the different types of statements. So in that we are going to see uh, selection statement. Okay, so in a program, a decision casts a one time jump to a different part of the program. Decisions in C++ are made in several ways. Most importantly, with if else statement, which chooses between two alternatives. Another decision statement which creates branches of multiple alternative sections of code depending on the value of a single variable. Okay, so here you can see that there are different types of statements: if statement, if else statement, nested if, and if else ladder, uh, uh, alternative to conditional operator. Okay, so there is a conditional operator, switch statement. So these are all the different types of selection statement. So in this program will take some decision, okay, based on a value. Okay, if you can see that in real world, uh, the eligibility of voting. Okay, so if the person is eligible for vote, if the age is 18 or above 18. Okay, so this is the procedure in real world. So you have to convert this as a program. So you can see that in C++ there is a statement which is known as if statement. So which checks the condition. Okay, so if the age is greater than or equal to 18, then you are eligible for vote. If age is less than or less than 18, then you are not eligible for vote. Okay, so this kind of logics are implemented by using this if statement. Okay, so here you can see that your first statement is known as if statement. uh, Next there will be following some other decision making statement. We'll see that in the future. Okay, so if the if statement evaluates a condition, uh, if if the condition is true, then the true block of statement is executed. Otherwise otherwise the true block is skipped. The general syntax of say if statement. Okay, so here you can see that if is a keyword and expression. So this expression must be any equation or any statement that should return true or false. Okay, either you can use any comparison operator like greater than symbol, less than symbol, or you can use any function which gives the value true or false. So in the above syntax, if is the keyword that should contain expression or condition which is enclosed within parenthesis If the expression is true, then which is non-zero value. Okay, so true means in C++ it's a non-zero value. Then true block is executed and followed by the statement x. Okay, so if the expression which is given inside the square brackets is true, then the true block, here in the syntax you can see that there is a statement which is known as true block, so that will be executed. If the condition is false, that true blocks will not be executed. Okay, so when the condition is true, the true block will be executed and statement x will also be executed. But when the condition is false, the true block will not be executed, and statement it will directly move on to the statement x. So here this decision making system is changing or skipping some lines of codes. Okay, so this is known as selecting. So the C++ compiler, based on the program we have created, it is selecting which statement to be executed. So this is known as selection statement. So here you can see a block diagram. So if the first is the test condition. So if the condition is true, true block will be executed. If the condition is false, it will skip the true block and move on to the statement x. So there is an example program here, the same example which I have told to you. So this program is to check whether a person is eligible to vote using if statement. Okay, so first hash include IO stream is the library function that is used here, and using namespace is the generalized standard code throughout the project, and this is the main program. So in that we are creating a age is a variable that contains integer values. Now you are intimating the user to enter a age. That age is stored in the user who enters the value, that is compiler C++ compiler will get the value and store it in the age variable. Okay, so now here you can see that it is checking the condition. Okay, if age is greater than or equal to, okay, so greater than or equal to 18, then you can see that it the next statement after this if statement is the true statement. Okay, so even if you want to create multiple statements, you can use curly brackets to create a block of statement when this if condition is true. So you can see that you are eligible for voting. So this is a print statement. When the age is greater than, the user entered value is greater than 18, greater than or equal to 18, then this particular statement will be printed. Okay, so if you want more number of statement to be executed when the condition is true, then you can create a block just by opening two curly brackets. Okay, so after completing that, it will return to the next statement. This statement is always executed. So when the value of age is less than 18, the above statement will not be executed, but this statement will be executed. So next is return 0, so which means that the program is ended. Okay, so here you can see that you can see that enter your age, the user has entered 23, your age is eligible for voting, and this statement will be always executed is printed. So if the value entered value of the user is 14, then you can see that 14 is less than 18, so you are not eligible, you are eligible for voting will not be printed. Instead of that, you can see that in the next statement, this statement will always be executed, will be printed. Okay, So next is if statement, if else statement. So here you can see that if expression else. Okay, so here there is a false part. So in the previous one we have only true part. If the condition is true, the true the true part will be executed. If the condition is false, the true part will be skipped. Okay, true part will be skipped and moving on to the next one. But here you can see that uh, when the true part is uh, true, the condition is true, then the true part is executed. If the condition is false, there is a separate space for that, or separate code for that. When condition is false, uh, type some kind, execute this set of statements. Okay, so you are giving some statement to the compiler so that when the condition is false, these kinds of statements will be executed. So this is the syntax here, and also you can see the flowchart here. So this is the flowchart. So when a text condition is true, true block is executed. When the test condition is false, the false block will be executed. So when condition is true, false block of statement will not be executed. When the condition is false, true block of statements will not be executed. So when any one of the statement is executed, is execution is over, then it will move on to the next one, which is statement X. So there is an example program here. So in this you can see that reminder, they are converting the given number, checking the given number is true or even or odd. Okay, so when the user enters some value, uh, it is uh, it is divided by 2, and the remainder value of the division is equal to 0, then it is even. If the remainder value of division is somewhat non-zero value, then it is considered as odd number. Okay, so here in this example, you can see that if a remainder equal to 0, then the given number is even. Okay, so else, automatically you can see that else part, it doesn't need any condition here. It will print the given number is odd. Okay, so in the output section also you can see that enter number, the user enters 10, the given number is 10 is even, the given number 10 which is even. Okay, so all this thing is example explained here. So next statement, which is known as nested if. Okay, containing one or more if inside another if. Okay, so in this you can see that there are two types of nested if statement. So if statement inside if part, if nested inside else part. Okay, so another nested means will be containing an if statement inside another if statement. So there are three types of statements. You can see that the first part is the if statement is present inside the if part, and the next type is the if statement is present in the else part. On the third statement, you can see that if statement is present in both if part and else part. Okay, so this is the block diagram for it. So when true statement is executed, condition 1, when the system enters into the, our compiler checks the condition 1. When the true block is executed, when the condition is true, the true blocks comes to another condition, which is condition 2. So here you can see that three possible options are executed. The same wise here in the next statement also you can see that this is if statement inside another used another for else statement. Okay, so here you can see that when the condition 1 becomes false, then the condition 2 will be checked. So it has uh, two parts. Okay, true part and the false part. In the next statement, okay, so this is if statement which is inside both the true statement and the false statement, and you can see that there is an example program which contains the uh, example for condition inside. So the example doesn't have any condition inside. Uh, doesn't have any condition inside another condition. So you can just consider this as an example. So with this we'll finish the class today. We'll see this if else if ladder. Okay, so it will be moving like a ladder shape in the structure. We'll see that in the next class. Thank you, students.